sit here and talk for a long time, so let's get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to introduce you to the man that we've grown accustomed to seeing every Sunday morning on USWA Championship Wrestling, and the voice of the Mid-South Coliseum. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Corey McLean.
A night to remember, indeed. Right here, history has been made in Louisville, Kentucky, right here at the Garden. And tonight, for this special night to remember, one of Louisville's own is here with us tonight. Would you please help me welcome Gilbert?
Super Mario.
Did you tell me that you were going to make me wrestle a meatball?
Gorgeous George III with the comment called Super Mario. Referee Kevin Christian calling for the bell. Corey Macklin along with Lance Russell right here at ringside. And we are underway for this one. Super Mario, the big guy, wrestling in out of Italy. And Lance's Mario has got a Hulk all over him. He is a Hulk and a half with Super Mario.
You know, Corey, he presents a very interesting problem when it comes to wrestling him as an opponent. We hear about taking down a spark plug. Well, that's exactly what this guy is, like taking down a fire plug. He is some kind of hard to handle, and a lot of the traditional things that you would do to an opponent, you can't do to him. You can try him, but it doesn't make any easy job of it. I've seen guys trying to knock him off his feet with like a shoulder tackle and slam into him. He is so low to the ground, weighs so much, all he does is just kind of bounce around, and he does present some problems. Nice reversal. He whips George into the corner, but he does not have that great speed, and George comes right back, hits him with a clothesline, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. 1 minute and 21 seconds. The winner, Gorgeous George III. He used it at the right time to be able to pop him down there, and once he was down, he wasn't able to get it up. So the winner is Gorgeous George III over Super Mario.
United States ladies title, 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, directly from Dallas, Texas, Miss Texas. And her opponent, hailing from Nashville, Tennessee, is the United States ladies champion, Miss Debbie Combs. 1:30 referee for Rainbow.
At stake as our next bout comes up. It's a one-fall 30-minute title match. Debbie Combs, the U.S. Ladies Champion, will be defending that title against a very aggressive and a very determined young lady. She's trying her dead level best to make a name for herself in professional wrestling. Talking about Miss Texas, she is a little ball of dynamite. And let me tell you, Corey, she fools a lot of them. Brother, she is tough. They look at her and say, whoa, she's a little runt. What a peanut. Let me tell you, they don't say that after they've popped that forearm or some one of those moves.
Shoot, you got that right, Lance. This Miss Texas is tough. And Miss Texas is the very first lady wrestler that we understand in the USWA that was ranked in the top 500 wrestlers here in the country, here in the United States. Miss Texas was ranked in that ranking in there. So she certainly comes in very highly recommended for this title bout right here tonight, Louisville, Kentucky. Here at the gorgeous referee Frank Morrell down. Miss Texas left over by Debbie Combs, and Debbie gets that shoulder down. Debbie Combs comes in as the holder of that U.S. ladies title.
You know, Corey, one of the things I'm worried about in terms of Miss Texas, it's a big opportunity going for the U.S. title. I'm afraid that she may get a little too eager, a little too overexcited about this opportunity. She'll get a little something going, and she's going to make a mistake. And I will guarantee you, as we sit here at ringside, she makes a mistake against Debbie Combs, it's going to be a 1-2-3 on her.
Oh, I believe that. Debbie will certainly take advantage of it. She whips Miss Texas in. Miss Texas, woo, drops hard. Debbie Combs, and Debbie grabs a hold of Miss Texas, backs her up, whips her into the ropes. Miss Texas comes off this time with a sunset flip too, and Debbie Combs Combs kicks out of there. Right at the 2 count, Combs kicks out of the hold and gets up. Miss Texas, flying pass off the middle rope, 1, and Debbie Combs rolls out of that one. So everything that Miss Texas is shooting for in this title bout is not working. Debbie Combs got up in the air here. We're going to see an airplane spin, yeah. That's what she's giving her. Miss Texas dropped down. Look at this, 2. Man, she landed right on top of her, Lance, after she came down from that airplane spin. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do that.
I tell you, the thing that is really impressing Debbie Combs is everything she's trying is working, except the ultimate payoff is Miss Texas has been able to reverse it. Count of 1, and she kicks out of it immediately. And Debbie Combs having her problems. When she put her down, it was sheer athletic ability after that airplane spin that Miss Texas kept the momentum going, rolled her right over and came up on top. And Debbie over that top rope, she was going to splash her, pitched down on the concrete floor from the Louisville Gardens. It is a night to remember for, uh-oh, who is this? Here comes Uptown Karen. She blasted it with a purse that looks heavy enough that I don't think we could carry it. She went face first down on the mat. Debbie Combs didn't see her. Referee Frank Morrell didn't see her. And Debbie pulls herself back up in the ring as Miss Texas, still on the deck, is picked up by Debbie, scoops her up in the air, and a slam. There's a cover. 1, 2, and Debbie, listening to what the crowd is saying out there, she heard the people saying, look down beside. It was Karen. It was Karen. And Debbie Combs broke the count at 2. Debbie, oh, here comes Miss Texas. She sees her, grabs her, throws her into the ring. Debbie Combs grabs her. Miss Texas, they're working as a tag team. Ring the bell.
Look at this.
This match is going to be stopped by the referee as they had other priorities. Double clothesline. Uptown Karen hammered down on the mat by both Debbie Combs and Miss Texas.
Still, U.S. Ladies Champion, Miss Debbie Combs.
Debbie retains the U.S. title, and the referee stops the bout and declares it a no contest, and we were at the 4-minute and 12-second mark. So Debbie Combs keeps the title. A nice congratulations from one to the other. They did a job on Uptown Karen. This is a no contest with Debbie Combs keeping the title.
battle with a 60-minute time limit. Bill Rush is the official referee for this one. And here we go as they tangle up. Tracey Smothers takes him down, rolls him out, 2 count, and Landell up quick. Nature Boy Buddy Landell, the current holder of that Smoky Mountain heavyweight title. And Landell almost found himself losing that belt pretty quickly here, too. Tracey Smothers snapped him right over, rolled him up, got that shoulder down. Landell, oh, he pulls a handful of hair, yanks Smothers by his hair in there. And the fans telling him, hey, he pulled hair out, pulled his hair. Again, look at that. Buddy Landell pulling the hair of Tracey Smothers once again. That's twice already in about a 15-second span that Buddy Landell just yanked him by his hair and pulled him down. Look at that. Wild Southern boy getting a little revenge. He said he's not going to take that stuff off of Landell, man.
Boy, he's the kind of guy that'll do it. Nicest guy in the world, Tracey Smothers. But let me tell you, he can be pushed just so far. Tracey is a young man out of Springfield, Tennessee. We saw him in his very first match, and he has always had that native ability to wrestle and to understand exactly what he's supposed to be doing in there in terms of making progress. The only thing that held Tracey back was the fact he was just too nice a guy. He didn't like to get mean with people. These were rules. They were there for a reason, and he followed them to the letter sometimes when he had needed to cut loose and let go of himself. He went to Japan and wrestled over there for a period of time, and when he came back, he had a better appreciation of that eye for an eye, because he now, when somebody starts roughing him up, he knows how to come right back with it and put it to him. He took Landell into a hammer position, knee down across the lower back, but Landell, smart enough to wheel around, pop the leg up over the bottom rope, and gets a break from referee Bill Rush. Tracey Smothers is a former holder of the Smoky Mountain heavyweight title. Nature Boy Buddy Landell puts a knee, midsection, right fist. Come on, ref. He's sitting there and saw it, gets on Landell. And Buddy will take it right to the limit. He will press him just as far as the count will let him. And look at Tracey. That's what we're talking about. He dishes off the chops to Tracey. Here comes Landell. And as Tracey rushed in, he was met with a knee and dumped down on the floor. Buddy Landell is not without his support here in the Louisville Gardens, as a segment of the people like that wild, brash style of Landell. There's that short arm scissors as he popped him into it. Clothesline as he snapped him back into it. You remember Dutch Mantell. He was a great user of that short clothesline. And Landell, abdominal stretch. He doesn't have that foot quite hooked around the leg of Smothers. I'll tell you the problem with that. If Tracey, with as much height as he has, can get the lean at all, Landell using the ropes to keep him from being able to bend over, Tracey can snap him right over in a side bear. If you can hook that leg, he's doing a better job right now, but the referee gets him back and off of Tracey. Smothers pounds the head, does Landell, and Smothers back to the center of the ring, falls, foot to the side, and Tracey having a hard time grabbing his breath back again, Corey.
Yeah, he sure is. Having a hard time getting going in this thing. Looked like one moment he was about to get his momentum there. Looked like his adrenaline just went down, and he really wants to get going for the Smoky Mountain title bout. Whipped hard into that corner, but Smothers stopped him with that boot, and Tracey, just as Lance and I were just saying, he's just trying to get going in this thing. Slow putting it all together. He's getting there. Whips Landell in. Flying shoulder. That takes him down. What a Southern boy, Tracey Smothers. Got Landell in the corner. Lefts and rights. Firing away at the Nature Boy. Landell saved really in effect by the referee. Look at Tracey. 1, 2. He was one solid count away from regaining the Smoky Mountain heavyweight title. In behind, rolls him up and over. 1, 2, and Landell not to be had that easy. Whoa. Kicked him right out of it. You bet, Flo. Past the 6-minute mark as Tracey rolls him up. He's pulled back over by the tights. 2, 3, and that's going to be it. He had both hands on the tights. Got the 1, 2, 3. 6 minutes, 24 seconds. The winner and still the champion, Nature Boy, Buddy Landell.
Let me tell you just one thing, Billy Jack. Ain't no fear in this, man. I came to get busy.
Brickhouse Brown saying no fear here. Oh, look out, guys. Hang loose. Billy Jack Haynes slides under the rope. Back in the ring. Brickhouse Brown backed into the rope. Whipped in by Billy Jack Haynes. Boy, Billy Jack taking charge of this bout now. This is a grudge match and a half between these two. Billy Jack Haynes, Brickhouse Brown, 1 fall with a 30-minute time limit. And Billy Jack going after Brickhouse, snaps him over. Haynes comes off the rope. Drops a knee right in the chest of Brickhouse Brown. I cover 1, 2, and Brickhouse kicks up. Quick 2 count, but the Brickster kicks out of it. Billy Jack Haynes sets him up. Look at this, Land.
Billy Jack stands him on his head with a towering suplex. The brick hits the mat hard. I mean to tell you, he dropped him from way up there in the air. Brickhouse giving away plenty of size to the 284-pound Billy Jack Haynes, and I'll guarantee you, Billy Jack is going to try to make him feel every pound of advantage that he has. He is mean. Tough is not the word. Mean is the operative word. Big chop. Billy Jack puts Brick down. Now, having said that, can I tell you that Billy Jack may be lulled into the sense that he is totally dominating Brickhouse, and I will grant you thus far he has done it. It's not over with. Brickhouse, much as I don't like some of it, he's got a hook as Haynes. 1, 2, and right at the last minute, Brickhouse kicks out of it on the 2 count, and Billy Jack's going to have to do it all over again. Clothesline puts Brickhouse back down on the mat.
Finish him off now with fear.
Yeah, with fear. I want to see what he's going to finish him with fear. All right. You show us how fear is going to get a 1, 2, 3 on Brickhouse Brown. So, yeah. Oh. Well, we never call that fear. We had 2 or 3 other names for it, Billy Jack, but Brickhouse found one. Well, I can tell you, he dumped him down there hard, and now the brick coming after him. We were saying a little earlier, I never approved of everything that Brickhouse did. He's pulled his share of shoddy stuff too, Corey. But he's a tough guy and a good athlete.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He holds his own, this Brickhouse Brown. What a bout between these two, huh?
Got him with that neck breaker and popped him down. That is a very good place to attack. Headbutt, and down goes Billy Jack. Got a little glaze on his eye there. There's that Russian leg sweep as he takes Billy Jack's legs right out from under him. Comes off the rope. Not his best shot. He kind of slipped on that top rope, but it was good enough to get point.
Sure was, Lance. And Brickhouse saying, hey, I don't want to cover. I want to get some pain. I want to put some pain on this guy. Comes off again and misses. I knew it would be a mistake because Billy Jack was just lying there waiting on him.
Go to the well too many times. 1, 2. He got him. And Brickhouse missed it. Hit his head on the mat. Billy Jack Haynes turned him over in 4 minutes, 42 seconds. He is the winner over Brickhouse Brown. Billy Jack.
World
submission for the entire evening. PG-13, the USWA Tag Champions defending against the NWA World Tag Champions, the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. Wolfie D and Robert starting out. This son of a gun should be a scorcher. As beautiful hip toss and an arm drag. And again, Wolfie D. With all of their carrying on, the hubcaps, the hood talk, and all of that, let me tell you, these guys can wrestle. Obviously, I don't have to make any conversation about the Rock and Roll Express. They have established themselves by holding titles for most of the time they have been in professional wrestling. Some people say, well, they're in the twilight. Get out of here. These guys are still just kids. Over the top and down, Robert Gibson. Hammers Wolfie D hard on the mat. I think the one thing that is most often said by people who step in the ring and look at PG-13 is, well, these guys are too little. What are they doing in a men's sport? Dean Hill, the Louisville announcer, sitting here with us. Dean, you know, we were just commenting about most people when they see PG-13, they make the mistake of saying little team. Have you heard that? And then they get in there and find out about it.
Well, you hear it quite often, Lance. But a lot of people don't realize that size isn't exactly everything that makes a professional wrestler. It's knowing the moves. It's knowing the way the ring feels that in particular day. It's knowing the weaknesses of the opponents that you are in the squared circle with. PG-13 has had a lot of very large professional wrestlers that have come in here thinking that they're just going to run roughshod over them, and they've left with a great deal of respect for Wolfie D and the Iceman.
They just flat. Looking at JC over there, flexing those pecs. Now, this is not Mr. America exactly, but brother, I'll tell you, when it comes to heart, the big word that goes with PG-13 is determination. I've never seen a more determined pair. There is a little professional jealousy working both ways. Ricky Morton reached up and he slapped the taste right out of JC Ice's mouth. And believe me, JC takes that from no man. But he's in there with a pretty good one as Ricky on a standing side headlock just had the little edge on him and holding on to it tight. Corey, this is going to be a goodie before it's over, buddy.
Oh, I promise you it will, my friend. This is going to be a humdinger. JC Ice, with a slap of his arm, puts the open hand on Ricky Morton, and Morton in the corner, trying to regroup, get himself together there with just over 4 minutes past in this sanctioned USWA Tag Team title bout. The challengers, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Rick and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express, challenging JC Ice, Wolfie D, PG-13. JC backed up, reversal, whips Ricky Morton into the ropes. Morton goes under, Robert Gibson jumps in with no tag.
Yeah.
Robert with no tag in there, just leaped over the top rope.
Corey, you and I agree on 99%. I saw a tag from Ricky Morton. It's one of the slick things that they do. He made the tag before he made the whip. The referee evidently saw it because he let him in there. He did, in fact, tag Robert Gibson.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe I need some more glasses here. Because
it's one of those slick.
It was quick.
Oh, you bet.
These guys are so quick. They've been working together for so long, Lance, and they've got such a great chemistry together. And it manifests right there. Great move from the Rock and Roll Express. I apologize to Rick and Robert. I didn't see it. It was so flashy and quick in there. But that's the way these guys work. Reversal. Whoopie D whips Robert Gibson into the turnbuckle. And Gibson catches him with that knee lift. He caught Wolfie. Wolfie went running in full speed. And Gibson just lifted up that knee and caught Wolfie knee. Oh, man. Go over and they both nailed JC. Knock him right off of the ring apron. We've got about a half deal here tonight in Louisville at the Gardens. Half of the crowd for the Rock and Roll Express, the other half for PG-13.
You know, it's kind of interesting. I'm looking at the expression on Rick and Robert, and I got to tell you, these guys are the absolute consummate professionals. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. But I'm looking at the expression on their face, and they kind of resent these upstarts from the hood who have absolutely no fear of the Rock and Roll Express. And you can tell by the way they look at them sometimes. Look at that Wolfie knee go. Hammered him and then slammed his head into JC's knee. A double whip, and Ricky Morton doubled over. And he was buried into the mat. Oh! And Ricky kicks out, heads for the ring. Look at him go to that floor. That's another sign of a professional.
Yeah, indeed. What a great move by PG in there, too.
Absolutely a great move. As Robert comes back and jumps in the ring, I do not see, no, that is not the legal man rep. No, he made the tag outside the ring. I think as much as anything, Ricky Morton was a little embarrassed to be popped around by PG the way he did, and he wanted to turn it over to Robert, but the referee says, no way, get the legal man back in here, and here he comes. Robert steps out, Ricky back in, JC Ice. Ricky, as you well know, a second-generation wrestling family. Same thing with Robert Gibson, his brother, Rick Gibson, an outstanding professional. But of course, you look across the ring, come to think of it, JC Ice, Jamie Dundee, look at his doll, look at here, oh boy. They caught him. JC was going to catch him hard, coming in with a double clothesline of his own. And they just met him with a foot stuck out, buried him down on the mat. And then Wolfie D's dad has some wrestling experience. So both sides, no strangers to professional wrestling. Robert Gibson.
The only difference I was going to say, Lance, is that Wolfie D's dad is probably the larger of any of them in there.
He is a big guy.
Yeah, he is a big fella. Look at this, no tag there. I know I didn't see a tag that time for Rock and Roll Express.
Referee Bill Rush saying, how about the tag? And I believe he's going to let him stay. Morton hammered him, took one, and exchanged with JC Ice. Look at JC, whipped in, a reverse atomic knee. And JC Ice down hard on his face. Knew it was going to be a great one. It's still got a bunch to go, and it's turned out to be everything we thought it was going to. Ricky Morton going over to pick JC Ice up. We've passed the 10-minute mark. There's a whip into the rope, sunset flip. But the referee over with Robert and Andrea, who is the newest addition, a lovely addition. One. He kicked out of it. Ricky Morton, just being smart, he was taking as much time to collect himself. He knew the referee wasn't there to count. Can I tell you, he beat the 3 count by about 4 inches of the hand of the referee. Wolfie Jumps inside the ring. That's a mistake. Referee distracted. Watch what the Rock and Roll will do. Double suplex as they stand him on his head, drop him down on the mat, and Robert Gibson smiling about their activity.
Loving every bit of it. Robert Gibson, one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, backs up JC, who whips him in. Ice, baby, goes under. Oh! Going for that flying press, and he missed everything. Robert ducked, and now look over on the other side of the ring. Ricky Morton holding up JC, while Andrea, the new addition to the Rock and Roll Express, puts up 2 cents in the thing.
That's more insult than injury. He's been hit a whole lot harder already tonight than Andrea will ever hit him.
Yeah, well, being slapped by beautiful lady Andrea puts a lot of insult. You're exactly right, Lance. And Andrea, she is smiling and grinning. She's loving it. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson. Rock and Roll Express. Let me tell you, the Rock and Roll Express have been around for a long time. They've held all type of titles, as you've mentioned earlier here in this bout. But let me tell you, they know that JC and Wolfie can be a tough task. That's why they're doing all that they can do. They're pulling every kind of stunt that they can to be sure that they can get these 2 young punks, as they said in here earlier, to lose this bout.
Well, they, you know, I can fully understand that when you've been the top dog for a long time and they bring a new puppy on the block, and all of a sudden after a little seasoning that puppy becomes quite a household favorite, then you start to wonder, wait a minute, maybe we better get rid of these guys, and they start to resent it, and I think that's the case that we have here. Robert with a front face lock. There's a tag on Wolfie. The referee didn't see it. He will never let it work. He didn't. And now Ricky holding and Robert pitching, and JC Ice hits the deck. We're 13 minutes past the 13-minute mark into this one fall 60-minute time limit bout. In this match, only the USWA tag titles are at stake. The NWA titles of the Rock and Roll are not at issue here. There's a whip. Look at JC go under. Yes! Now the last time they caught him with a foot before he could ever reach him. This time he was too quick, got there and put them both down on the mat. Great move, PG-13. Wolfie hanging out far as he can. JC trying to get up. Wrong corner, JC Ice rolling back, makes the tag. Here comes the Wolfman. Wolfie, one to the other. Now we've got all 4 in. We don't want to see this match disintegrate into a street brawl. Look at Wolfie. 1, 2. And right at the last minute, Ricky Morton kicked out. Now it's a double whip. Double backdrop as Wolfie D down on the floor when Ricky up, climbs the ladder. Here he comes. And Wolfie gets out of the way. JC Ice climbs the ladder. Sail down, he misses. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, he misses. Wolfie up. Nobody's been able to connect. Did you see that complete front flip? Robert covers him. Referee down 1, 2, and out of it kicks Wolfie D. Good night, Corey.
Oh, boy, I thought you were about to say 3 because I thought he had him. What a great, great bout. A night to remember. Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky. Sunset flip. He's got him over there, Bill. Referee Bill Rush to 2. Ross has got a lot to keep up with in this thing. Very, very hard job. Look at that. Then Andrea dumps a whole handful of powder right in the eyes of Wolfie D. Morton covers 2. And referee Bill Rice stops the count. He's asking Ricky Morton, hey, what happened? What's that stuff in Wolfie's eyes? Wolfie rolls him up. He's got him hooked. 1, 2, 3. He had a 3 count. Gibson goes over, grabs Wolfie D. DDT's Wolfie. What a great, great bout. Action continues. JC comes from behind. Nails Morton with a hub count. He got him. 1, 2, 3, 16, 33 lands. PG-13 retain the USWA Tag Team titles in 16 minutes, 33 seconds. PG-13 retain the USWA Tag Team titles. How sweet it is. Uh-oh. Andrea just walks over. She starts slapping JC eyes. What is she doing, Lance?
Rock and Roll came up from behind and nailed him as PG-13 went rolling after Andrea, who had slapped JC Ice twice. And then Rock and Roll came up behind him, nailed him, threw JC out, double drop kick. There goes Wolfie out on the floor. And there goes Rick down on the floor where Wolfie D is. The winners of the match. The winners of the match are PG-13. Robert Gibson coming around. Yeah, and the Rock and Roll Express pounding on. Hey, what is this? He grabbed the paint there. Andrea, who is in the corner of the Rock and Roll Express, paints the back with yellow paint.
Did you see what she's got painted on it?
What is it? Boy. Oh, yeah, boy. Let me tell you. Now, they ended up winning that match in there. And fair and square they did. And look at her across the ring. And she has the spray paint that Brandon Baxter brought out here with a brand new hubcap trying to entice. I just don't understand what Ricky Martin, and
Yes, I love it.
yeah. So what he does is he walks by, he puts a foot right in the back of JC Ice. Make no mistake about it, the winners were PG-13, although they don't look much like it right at this moment.
Introducing first, escorted to the ring by Mr. Ronnie P. Gossett, weighing in at 240 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Dangerous Down Gilbert. And his partner weighing in at 228 and 1/4 pounds from Atlanta, GA, Wildfire Tommy Rich.
sounded, and we're off on what is going to be another inspired match on a night to remember, the 25th anniversary celebration of Louisville, Kentucky wrestling. Dangerous Doug Gilbert, Wildfire Tommy Rich, going against Stan Lane, Steve Kern, the fabulous ones, managed by Jimmy Cornette. A reunion of great stars that the folks really want to see put their stuff out on display. What I'm telling you, Stan and Steve turned it over right here in the Louisville Garden. Tommy Rich held up. Stan says, look ahead. Tommy Rich going after him. Stan Lane got away and had to rub it in just a little bit. What was that, Tommy? Stan tried to show him the right way to do the fabulous Fargo strut. At ringside with his lethal tennis racket, Cornette is waiting, hoping maybe Ronnie P. Gossett, who came to the ring with Rich and Gilbert, hoping maybe Gossett will get out of line and it'll give him a reason to whale a little flesh off of Ronnie's hide. Tommy Rich was going to do his version of the strut, and before he got the second step, there was a foot in the behind, and that ended that. Enthusiastic crowd on hand with us tonight in Louisville, Corey.
Oh, no doubt about it. The silver anniversary of wrestling in Louisville, Kentucky. Certainly a spectacular one. An electrifying crowd here tonight in Louisville at the Garden. Stan Lane, Steve Kern, the Fabs back together again tonight. Stan in the middle of the ring awaiting Tommy Rich. Rich singles up back, Stan Lane in the corner. Nelson with a couple of right hands. Boy, more than a couple, he's putting it to him. Reversal, Lane whips him in. Rich comes out. Big backdrop. Nice arm drag from Stan Lane. Shakes him down. Oh, here comes Doug Gilbert in there. Lane puts the boots to him, and switch by the Fabs. Here's Steve Kern in. Kern immediately goes right on that arm of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Barring that arm, and Rich pounding away at the mat from the pain and the agony that he's feeling. Stan Lane kind of frustrating Doug Gilbert. Gilbert trying to sneak in the ring there, and Lane shaking those top ropes, and those ropes jumping off the back of Doug Gilbert.
Slapping him, in a manner of speaking. Hammerlock held by Steve Kern. On Tommy Rich. Rich being turned up on the shoulders finally. 1, 2, and that left shoulder got it. Steve jumped across him, trying to hold it back down. Can't beat Tommy Rich. It's referee Joe Wheeler. Stand right on top of it, and Rich, wait, whoa, whoa. What is this? Doug Gilbert walks away from the corner. And now he's going back to explain. Well, gee, I didn't know you wanted me to take over. Very odd.
I'm fixing to knock your teeth right down your throat, and I'm going to show you the difference from yesterday and today.
I wonder if you heard that. Dangerous Doug Doug Gilbert said, Steve Kern, I am fixing to knock your teeth right down your throat. I'm going to show you the difference between yesterday and today. And Steve comes out. Great psychology. He comes out, puts his hand out to Doug Gilbert to shake hands. Steve got something in mind. We've talked so many times before about the tremendous sense of humor that the fabulous ones brought through the ring. They haven't lost it, but part of it's been knocked out of them by now as Doug Gilbert, a real assault. Look at Steve. Deadly serious. He's pumping on Doug. Whips him across the ring. Turns him all the way over. Representing the fabulous ones as he pounded him outside, and down Tommy Rich goes. Dougie Gilbert hits the ring. Dangerous Doug. Backing and tracking now, and Steve on the hunt. From the side headlock. Wheeled around into the hammer, goes behind, takes him down. Doug Gilbert sits his way out and over to the ropes. And Steve kind of roughing him up. Playing with him kind of, Corey. Whoa! Whoa! Did you hear that in Nome, Alaska?
That was Haynes, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm telling you, Jimmy Cornette pounded Doug Gilbert on the back with that tennis racket.
Woo. Ronnie P. Johnson walking over here. He better slow up. Unless he wants some of that racket that Cornette's got, he'll be more than happy to give Johnson some of it.
Hey, come on, Tommy. Don't be hitting on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one question. And please be honest. Did Jim Cornette use the racket?
Gets on and says, did Jim Cornette use the racket? And of course, everybody in Louisville, Jimmy's hometown, said, no! Stan said, thank you very much, and went about his business. The fabulous ones with Jimmy Cornette in the corner. What a sight it is to see these guys together. Uh-oh, look out. Something happening. He could have a chain. Doug backed up, dished whatever it was off to Tommy Rich. Oh, I'm looking over here, and Steve Kern had the tennis racket in his tights. It's gone. So I think both of them had something. Steve being caught by Gilbert. Rushed back into the corner. Tommy holding on. And Steve gets out of the way. Tommy Rich falls down into the metal fence. Doug Gilbert caught, whipped across the ring, nails the foot of Stan Lane, who conveniently put it in. Double backdrop, dug up high and down in the middle. We're 9 minutes into the action of this battle between the Fabs and Rich and Gilbert. Doug thinks he's over in his corner. Wrong guy. So Steve says, what the heck? He goes along, pats him on the back. And as Doug gets up, he gets caught by Steve. That's the corner he meant to be in. Doug Gilbert getting reinforcement from Wildfire Tommy Rich, or vice versa. And Stan Lane.
Ronnie Gossett, you need to call Susan Powder and softly insanity.
Stan Lane gets on the PA and says Ronnie Gossett called Susan Powers and stop the insanity. Gilbert and Rich head bang together. Snap over the shoulder. And Stan. I mean, fun's fun, but brother, when they get down to work, let me tell you, as they say, nobody does it better. I heard in an interview somebody asked Steve Kern, well, you guys haven't wrestled together in 5 years. Steve said it's just like riding a bike. When you get it to the degree that Stan and I had it, you don't ever forget. Climb right back on and it all comes back. Tommy Rich trying to grab the hair. It's a little short, Tommy. As Tommy Rich trying to grab the hair of Steve Kern, there was no hair to grab. Some days it doesn't pay to get out, Tommy. As Stan Lane, Steve Kern, thrilling the fans here in Louisville with their great action with Jimmy Cornette at ringside.
Boy, are they ever. Stan Lane holding on to dangerous Duck Gilbert. Look at that. Lane slapped his hands together as if he and Kern made a tag. Referee Joe Willie turns around, and Joe just kind of looked in there. He makes the switch, and now Willer asking him, hey, did you make the tag? Stan Lane just shaking his head. Yeah, sure did all that.
Everyone is taking people's line. You're just like these two guys in that referee. Nobody got a line for us.
Tommy Rich on the public address system complaining to all of the USWA wrestling fans here in attendance in Louisville, Kentucky at the Gardens.
Not only are you a bunch of ignorant rednecks, you're a bunch of low-down dirty liars.
Oh, Ronnie P. Gossett just further insulting the fans. Hey, come on, Gossett. Yeah, Jimmy Cornette runs him out of here. Thank you, Jim. Get him out of here. Enough of Gossett already. Into the turnbuckle. Doug Gilbert with the boot. He stopped Steve Kern right in his tracks, and Gilbert goes over and he busts Stan Lane. Hit Stan with a big right, caught him right in the mouth there, and Gilbert put it in boots to Steve Kern, choking him over there, while referee Joe Willard gets Lane out and tries to get some order to this thing. The bout continues. Jimmy Cornette in the corner of the Fabulous One. Got that tennis racket, and Ronnie P. Gossett hightails it out of there. He gets around there quick. I think that's the fastest I've ever seen Ronnie P. Gossett run. He better look, pile driver.
As Doug Gilbert feigning as if he was slammed down on the mat. He's the one that did the pile driver on Steve Kern. Stan is trying to tell him, and the crowd is saying, yes, certainly he did. Coming up on the 14-minute mark of the Gilbert-Rich Fabulous Ones match. And the referee confronting Doug Gilbert with the information the fans said you did a pile driver.
Get a good look at your Fabulous Ones now. Get a good look.
Whoa. Catch him next time, Jimmy. Doug Gilbert had that tape off of his arm. He unwound some tape on the wrist. And as Stan Lane rushes in to get him, Tommy Rich takes over on Steve Kern. And Rich takes Kern, who has taken quite a pounding. Down on the floor he goes. Rich pounds his head into the retaining security fence. Stan Lane over interrupts by hammering him in the back. He's ready to protect his partner, and the referee over saying, get back to your corners. Over on the floor, chokehold. Tommy Rich had his hand full throttle on Steve Kern's throat. Picks him up, hammers the head on the ring apron. Come on, ref. For crying out loud, break that up. Rolls Kern back into the ring. And with a foot on the rope, Steve gets a break. Referee spots it. Kern back up. And again, a reverse atomic knee. And Kern right in the corner above us. Doubled over. As Doug Gilbert trying to take advantage of it. 16 minutes into a battle that has been back and forth. The Fabs on many occasions have outsmarted the street top team of Rich and Gilbert. But when it comes down to it, Rich and Gilbert are not only still in the match, they are in fact out in front. As they are hanging on to Steve Kern. They've had him in there too long. And they plan to keep him there until it's all over with. He got away. Sunset flip, over goes Gilbert. Tommy Rich interfered as Steve had him down, but the referee was being manhandled by Tommy Rich. And Gilbert coming back, wrapped Steve Kern hard. Head right on the foot of Tommy Rich. Gilbert holding him down over the top rope. Rich, legal man, on the whip. Kern goes in the air. Looks like another atomic knee, reverse. Holds him up with a bear hug. Trying to put the pressure right on that spine, and he does. Not an atomic knee. He got him up in the air. I thought he was going to slam him down on that knee, but he is holding on some kind of heavy with that bear hug. Bending back, Stan Lane can't reach him, far too far away. Jimmy Cornette cannot reach out there. And Stan telling Steve, pour it on. Jackie Fargo's here. Tag goes to Stan, but the referee didn't see it, Corey.
Sure didn't. Referee Joe Willard did not see the tag, and he is all over Stan Lane. While Doug Gilbert goes right back and gets that hold on Kern. Putting the pressure on a fabulous one, Steve Kern. Kern trying to hang in there. 17 minutes or so going now in this bout. Doug Gilbert still holding on to him. Kern hip tosses him down. Goes over to the wrong corner. Over to the wrong corner. Now they're both holding on to him. Rich holding on to him with the boot to the throat. Gilbert was holding on to the leg there. And the tag team bout continues. A humdinger with the Fabs against Rich and Gilbert. A night to remember, Louisville, Kentucky, in the Louisville Gardens. Near capacity crowd on hand to see all of the USWA action. Look at running Pete Gossett over there. Cornette over with that tennis racket, and he almost caught Gossett. He almost almost got him that time. Look out, Lance. Don't let this guy fall in your lap. Hey, come on. That guy's got to feel like a bull, let me tell you. He is huge, and he landed right in the lap of Lance Russell. Lance, I guess, you know, this Johnson has to weigh well over 500 pounds, and he's sitting on your poor little legs there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Dean Hill and I shared something I don't think we'll tell our grandchildren about. I gotta tell you. Whip into the ropes. Stan Lane, big elbow right on Tommy. There's that spinning back kick. Nails Doug Gilbert. Rich immediately proceeds over and grabs Steve Kern. Picks him up. Hammers the head on the turnbuckle. Here comes Gossett. Cornette into the ring. With a tennis racket, he laced it. Doug Gilbert nailing Jim Cornette. Count of one. Count of two. Wait. Wheeler sees the tennis racket, and the crowd is saying, hey, Doug Gilbert hit him with it. Steve Kern just put Tommy Rich over the rope, and now he puts Gilbert down. Stan hooks him one, two, whoop. 21 minutes, 19 seconds. The winner, the fabulous one. 21-19, Jimmy Cornette and the Fab win it over Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert.
Introducing the challenger tonight.
I told you, Lawler, if you step in the ring with me, I'm going to hurt you again, like I did. You all saw that on that television. You know I'm going to throw you over the top rope again, boy. Okay?
LeDuc immediately, before the bell ever started, he was in there making some pronouncement to Lawler, went rolling across the ring, took the microphone, hammered Lawler, choked him with it. Now, he's just got a chokehold as Jerry Lawler being mauled by Joe LeDuc. And Bill Rush says, let's have the official. Let's have the official bell and get this thing underway. You never know. Can you believe Joe LeDuc? Corey Macklin is completing the introductions he started, but he never had a chance. And LeDuc came over, slapped the microphone right out of his hand, and that's when he rushed across after Lawler. You notice how he's paying attention to the referee, just like he always did. He doesn't pay attention to anybody. He does what he wants to do. Well, Lawler's got other things in mind. And down Lawler goes, and around the throat comes the hand of Joe LeDuc. LeDuc has Lawler's head right up under that rope, and he is pulling him right across the side of the neck, right up on the rope. Joe LeDuc, French-Canadian, who is one of the scariest guys that have ever been around in professional wrestling. And that takes in a bunch of guys. This guy gets flipping and flaking in his eyes. You don't know what he's going to do. And he absolutely, oh, Lawler, up in the air. LeDuc had set the steps leading up to the ring on this side of the ring out a ways, and he told Lawler, I'm going to throw you over the rope again where you hit the step. And that's what he has in mind. Can I tell you, Lawler isn't about to let him do it. Boy, he spent some suffering months after that incident happened years ago. Lawler had a crease by the edge of that table. I promise you, as I'm sitting here, he had a crease. You could put the last 2 fingers of your hand right down in his leg. That's how deeply that table cut into the muscle of his leg. He had, that probably is the worst operation and happening that has occurred to Lawler in all of the years that he's been in wrestling. Thank you, Joe LeDuc. Massively strong. I'm sure you've seen videotapes of him pulling the bus, holding his feet up on a car bumper, gunning it, trying to grind LeDuc into the wall, and they couldn't move him. I tell you, he is just scary. Lawler takes a shot right upside the head from Joe. LeDuc over rakes his back.
Lawler, LeDuc, unified world heavyweight title bout in Louisville, Kentucky at the Gardens. What about the King and Joe LeDuc? Lance was giving you the history just a moment ago of these two guys. A bunch of it to give. We don't even have all the time to give you the complete history of Lawler and LeDuc. Lance doing a great job and just trying to fill you in on some of it. The strap comes down, and LeDuc remembers that, I bet you. When the King pulls that strap down, look out. 5 minutes gone now. 5-minute call being made by ring announcer Dean Hill. Lawler picks up LeDuc. Big body slam on a French-Canadian lumberjack. The King up on a metal rope. He caught Joe LeDuc. Covers him 1, 2. Whoa, my goodness. And LeDuc threw him just like a sack of potatoes, Lance.
I mean, flipped him up in the air. And look out now, Lawler. Oh, man. LeDuc storms across the ring. Wild look in his eye. Hammering at Lawler right above us. Referee Bill Rush trying to get him out of there. And now he is picked up. That may end the match right there. He just slammed the referee down on the floor. And LeDuc comes back over and again knocks the referee down. Lawler ducks under Joe. Goes over to see that Bill Rush is okay, because LeDuc not only slammed him down, and that's going to be a disqualification for him. And the winner, and still the unified champion, Jerry the King Lawler. Leading off our parade of legends, Gypsy Joe. You remember him as the Angel, and brother, let me tell you, they didn't come any tougher than Frank Burrell, well deserving of that certificate of appreciation. Our legendary Corsica Joe. She beat an awful lot of them. And what a lady. Once again, Sarah Lee. U.S. ladies title herself a long time. They thought they'd never get it away from her. She would get in and scrap with them in or out of the ring. Cora Combs was a winner. Once again, in our parade of legends, Cora Combs. Legend is a guy that you didn't necessarily always cheer when you saw him come out. Coming down to the ring, a guy that earned every bit of it. Legend Jim White. Let me tell you one thing about it. When this gentleman got inside the ring, there was one way, his way, and that's the way he called them. And he made it plain to anybody that was in there. And if they wanted to battle him, step up and call out my name, Tommy Marlon. Yeah, he could still go. I just can't tell you the number of times that we sat there and wondered, what in the world will that team do next? One thing we didn't have to wonder about too much was the fact they're going to win, because they found some way to do it. Once again, legend Phil Hickerson. Still ready to get there and get it with the best of them. Bullet Bob Armstrong. Thank you, Bob, for great memories. He is with us tonight and is certainly legendary. The French-Canadian Joe LeDuc. Joe LeDuc. Every place there's wrestling, you go to the old wrestling fans and talk to them about it and say, hey, you know that crazy Canadian? You're talking about Joe LeDuc. Here he is, one of our parade of legends here tonight. Tell Joe to do anything that he doesn't want to do. We appreciated having him here on this night to remember. The Tag Team Championship, a long time. Just a plain, ordinary, tough son of a gun. Let's bring out Eddie Marlon. You remember the team of Eddie Marlon and Tommy Gilbert, Southern Tag Champions. I'm delighted to say, and not only call him a champion, a friend of mine too. Eddie has done so much for wrestling since he's been out of the ring actively. In our parade, Eddie Marlon. Member in the parade of champions tonight is a guy that when I first saw him, I just had no idea there'd be any way in the world. No, I'm not really sure that he's big enough and tough enough to make it in this business. Can I tell you? He proved he was in spades. You remember him as not only an outstanding single wrestler, but an outstanding member of one of the most feared tag teams around. We're talking about the team of Jerry Jarrett and Tojo Yamamoto. Here is Jerry Jarrett. Hard to believe he's a legend, not old enough. Well, brother, let me tell you, he earned every bit of it. And that boyish look fooled a lot of them. They got in there and found out he could do his share of whipping Jerry Jarrett. Jerry. We've got one more legend that we want to honor here tonight, and I'm going to call my friend and general manager of the USWA right down here on the floor to take over the mic and do the honors on our next honoree, Randy Hale. Randy.
Thank you very much, Lance. First of all, I have chills going all over me growing up as a wrestling fan. I'm from Jonesboro, Arkansas. I think everybody knows, watching Eddie Marlin, Jerry Jarrett, everybody here. And I want everybody to know how much I feel about them. And I'm sure everybody here tonight at the Louisville Garden right now would like everybody to know, Lance Russell, you know I love you. Everybody in Louisville appreciates the great legends of Louisville wrestling. We all know all the great legends here, but there's one special lady I would like to make a few comments about. Behind the scenes, she has been the major force. She came up to Louisville in 1970. She came to the Louisville Gardens for 25 years, up and down the roads, working 20 hours a day. She is a lady that made Louisville wrestling what it is. She is the lady that made Jerry Jarrett what he is. She is the lady that I would like to bring out here last night in tribute, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Christine Jarrett. We would like to honor tonight, long-time Louisville wrestling promoter, the mother of Jerry Jarrett, the grandmother, of course, of Double J Jeff Jarrett, of Jason Jarrett, Miss Christine Jarrett, returning after a couple of years' absence tonight to the Louisville Garden.
Okay, you're going to read the plaque.
June 11, 1995, on the 25th anniversary, a special tribute to Christine Jarrett, the first lady and longtime promoter of Louisville wrestling. Miss Christine, we love you.
You said it very well, Randy, and it is sure true. Without this lady, there sure wouldn't have been any Louisville wrestling. She did it. Thank you, Christine, from the bottom of our hearts. We've got one more honoree that we want to get to tonight. The fabulous Jackie Fargo! Their calling, it's been too long. Nobody in the world can do it any better than the fabulous Jackie Fargo, as we've learned 1,000 times before. He's a great one, often imitated, but I will guarantee you, never duplicated, the fabulous Jackie Fargo. Let's hear it! Jackie, there isn't but one guy that can come up here and live up to all of the things that have been said about you. You're the man who does it with grace, and you do it so easy. You got that easy smile, but boy, when it came to getting tough, you could do it like nobody else. We're delighted to have you here in Louisville with this night to remember, and you've made many a nights that we remember.
Thank you. Thank you. A life dream for me has come true.
If no one like myself could accept this from such great fans, I've never been lost for words, but I'm just about to cry. I don't mind telling you. I love you very much. What a great honor to come to a wonderful city like Louisville, have such distinguished people around me. I don't deserve it, but I certainly thank you. I had a dream as a little boy to be a professional wrestler. I didn't go out and get to play football and basketball, but I worked hard. And with your help and the love of God, I give God a lot of credit. He did it for me. I'll never forget you as long as I live. I love every one of you, and thank you so much for a great honor. Thank you.
Jackie, congratulations. You deserve every bit of it. I got to tell you, there are records in this United States that he and his brother still hold for attendance. An absolute legend in his time, Jackie Fargo. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go home. We have an absolutely unbelievable main event to find out who is the best of Louisville, and we're going to be getting to that in just a moment. Thank you very much, and bless you. top rope or pin, right?
The best of Louisville Battle Royal. We got a bunch of them in there. Handsome Jimmy, Joe LeDuc battling away at each other. We've got Big Bullet Bob Armstrong, Buddy Landell, Brian Christopher. Right now with a foot down on Wildfire Tommy Rich's neck. And they are going at it, Corey.
They sure are, Lancer. It is a wild one. The best of Louisville taking place tonight in the 25th silver anniversary of the best of Louisville. Dundee and Landell fighting it out. Phil Ickerson, Soft Stu, Sexy Brian Christopher. Lawler's got LeDuc over in the corner. Ickerson grabs up. There's Bob Armstrong. He's eliminated from the best of Louisville elimination. Joe LeDuc is eliminated. Oh, there goes Handsome Jimmy. Handsome Jimmy Valiant eliminated. And Valiant got Landell. Look at that. Landell gone. So it's Lawler, Dundee, Hickerson, Christopher, Tommy Rich, and Doug Gilbert. Down to 6 already. 4 gone, 6 to go. Well, 5 to go before we crown the winner of the best of Louisville. Big Canadian lumberjack Joe LeDuc lights in the Lawler and Christopher. LeDuc's got both of them by the throat over there. Joe LeDuc holding on to Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher. Now 2 Sexy's got loose. Christopher nails LeDuc. Out on the ring apron is LeDuc. Doug Gilbert taking advantage of Jerry the King Lawler. 1, 2, 3, and Phil Hickerson pinned and will be eliminated from the best of Louisville.
And the 1, 2, 3 applied. So Phil is out of action.
Phil Hickerson eliminated.
Dundee, Tommy Rich,
Lawler after Joe LeDuc.
Christopher.
Out on the ring apron there.
Brian Christopher at the throat of Doug Gilbert. Dundee with the arm.
Lawler and LeDuc still fighting now. Joe LeDuc grabs the king.
LeDuc and Lawler both on the floor.
He's got Jerry out on the floor. Slams him hard right into that steel cage at ringside. Whoa! Big right hand from the big Canadian lumberjack. Christopher's got it covered. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
The referee said 1 and 2 and 3.
of him by the throat. They're out in the back area now of the Gardens. Here in Louisville. Morrell counting in the ring. He's counted to 10, and that's gonna do it for LeDuc, Lawler, and Dundee. They're all eliminated in this thing. Joe LeDuc, Gary Lawler, Bill Dundee all get the 10 count, and they are eliminated. Lawler, Dundee, and LeDuc eliminated.
So we are down to the final two in the best of Louisville. Wildfire Tommy Rich, who's happily strutting around, while the other participant, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, 1, 2, and Christopher kicks his way out. That's Gilbert leading the cheers as Christopher whipped into the rope as he comes off. Tommy Rich catches him with a clothesline, and now it's Christopher trying to battle his way back. Brian pounds him with a right. Look at him go after it. Brian Christopher on a whip. Tommy Rich, backdrop. Christopher follows in behind. There's that hysterical laugh that Brian precedes a big right hand with. Rich turning Christopher around. Pounds him into the turnbuckle. Remember, it's over the top rope or a pin. Rich with his feet on the ropes, and referee Frank Morrell says no. Break it up. He caught him with the feet on the rope. Here comes Brian Christopher from behind. 1, 2, 3. The winner and the best of Louisville, Brian Christopher.
Christopher gets the 1, 2, 3 land over Tommy Wildfire Rich, and is awarded as the best of Louisville. Look out! Here is Billy Jack Haynes. Haynes jumps Christopher from behind, slams him down hard. Billy Jack Haynes, oh, he's got Christopher's trophy. Hey, come on, Billy Jack. He's got the trophy, Lance. Pops it right over the head of Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous. Uncalled for. Billy Jack Haynes spoiling the moment for Brian Christopher. Christopher wins it. Oh, boy. Pops that thing again. Oh, just crushes all of that glass and everything over the head of Christopher. Isn't that awful?
He just busted him right in the head.
Now, everybody, you're looking at the best in Louisville, baby.
Brian Christopher just assaulted by Billy Jack Haynes. Busted that trophy right over the head of Christopher. Brian Christopher receiving some help from Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee. Lawler brings a trash can in that was involved in a match earlier. Billy Jack Haynes says, I'll tell you, you're looking at the best of Louisville, brother, and that is an exaggeration if I ever heard it. He may have beaten up Brian Christopher when he wasn't looking and lashed him with that trophy. I was worried he got him in the eye. He barely missed it. He cut him open right above that eye, that right eye. And Brian Christopher assaulted by Billy Jack Haynes in a moment of glory because he had really looked forward to being declared the best of Louisville. And he didn't have a chance to enjoy it long because Haynes jumped in and hammered him from behind, grabbed the trophy, and then beat him about the head with it. But the official winner is Brian Christopher in 6:46 declared the best of Louisville.
It's quite a night to remember, isn't it? How many years have you been coming to the Gardens?
20.
15 years. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Wolfie.
Wolfie D, PG-13. Yes. What about any of the past? Some of the Green brothers or any of these here?
Sarah's my
Sarah's
favorite.
your favorite?
Yes.
Great. Thanks for being on the Legends.
It brings back a lot of memories.
Who's your favorite?
Jackie Fargo and everybody.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
PG-13.
Let's see, I got a Stan Lane, a PG-13, a Jackie Fargo.
Stan Lane.
And Stan Lane. The Fabs are winning out here.
Yes.
Got your picture taken?
You 4 times.